Hi, Jason. This is your special makeup lesson. I'm just going to go through here and make sure all my settings are decent. All right. So, I'm so sorry that you're not feeling well enough to come and have your lesson in person with me today. I checked on Piano Maestro and it tells me that you practiced this week and you have 3 stars on your pieces. Hopefully you were able to fix the things that we had talked about last week, those little extras that needed to be done. You know, Piano Maestro doesn't always catch those little inner notes, and so sometimes they can you can still have mistakes. So hopefully you were able to go ahead and fix those. I assume so since you had your 3-star ratings. And so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to teach you the next 2 pieces in your lesson books. So your new assignment is going to be for the tick-tock, jazz clock, and the piece after that, okay? So page 20 and on. Those will be assigned in Piano Maestro as usual, but I'm just going to go through them with you. You have this camera angle of me looking at you, but you're also going to have this one, all right? We have Piano Maestro, the book, and my cell phone, which shouldn't be needed at all, right? But we also have the keys, and so hopefully you'll be able to follow along with me. I know that this may not be in really clear view, and this may not be in really clear view either, but hopefully you'll be able to see well enough that it will be helpful for you, and you can watch from the comfort of your chair, all right? So let's go ahead and get started. You can see that I have your screen up here. If I can get the light to do right. It says it's you. I'm going to press your home button. Here are the pieces that we assigned last week with your 3 stars. Now I'm going to go in and I'm going to assign the next 2 pieces. Tick-tock the jazz clock and watercolors. Oh, watercolors today. That is a beautiful piece. I think you'll really, really enjoy it. Now, I'm going to go ahead. There's your challenge, your next 2 pieces. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to exit out. And I'm going to pick somebody else's account to play those on. Somebody who isn't actually hooked up to internet. Why? Because I don't want to give you your 3 stars. You can't be sneaky and have me play on your account and give you the 3 stars. Okay? So now it's all set up in Piano Maestro and I can give you some tips as to how you should practice through that. Okay? But you know my style. We start with the book first. So here we are in the book. Tick-tock the jazz clock. The first thing that you should notice, I'm going to see if I can switch my view a little bit here. So that I can see better. Okay, the first thing that you should notice is your hand position. All right, your hand position has 1 on C, and in your left hand also 1 on C. How do I know? Because the first note is C, and it has a 1 above it, and the second note is in your left hand. It is a G and it has the 4 below it. So I put my 4th finger on G and my 1st finger on C. Means that these are the keys that will be used for this song. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to play your left hand first line. So I'm taking off my right hand. Let's play the left hand. Here we go. 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3. That's it. Now you might wonder, why was I saying 1 and 3? Well, I was saying 1 and 3 because that's where the rests are. Okay? That's where I wasn't playing. On beat 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you'll notice that only that G played. If you scan ahead, only G's in that first line. Let's go ahead and scan ahead over to your second page, and you'll see another rest, 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 G, rest, G, rest, G, rest, G. Easy, 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 right? No trouble there. Now, if we go back to your first measure, we're going to do only your right hand this time. Right hand. Now, if you want to go ahead and pause the video there, practice that part, and then come back, that's completely fine. In fact, you can watch this video 1,000 times this week. Practice with me every time, however it works best for you. Okay? So here we go with the right hand. Rest, 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 rest. Now, in this one's case, you'll hear C, D, E. You're only using the first 3 letters. You'll notice that where there are rests in one part, there are notes in the other, and it alternates like that. So you'll get, you will not get that. That was a wrong note. Let's try that again. All right, and that line and the first line on page 2 are identical. They are exactly the same, okay? So, you've already covered half of this song. Now is a good time to get out your piano maestro. All right, that's what I'm doing here. And I am going to go ahead and hit play. Now I'm going to pretend that I'm you, okay? And I'm going to hit pause. The first thing you should do is go ahead and make it 50%. Slow it way down, okay? Then go ahead and put the hold on. You won't get 3 stars, but you will learn the piece. Let's try it. When you get to that point, go ahead and hit pause, because that is the first line, the first section of the piece. And that's what we just covered in your book, okay? When you get fairly confident with that, rewind it, take the hold off, and do it again. And hit the pause button, because that's what we've already done. That's what we covered in the book, right? So when you've got that pretty well, then go ahead and speed it back up little by little by little. I'm going to do it at 80%, okay, for the sake of time. When yours sounds that good, then you are ready to go back to the book. So I'm going to go ahead and set Piano Maestro back up here. All right. We're going to go back to the book, and we're going to talk about measures 5 in the second line. I'll show you again. Measures 5. You see the 5 in the square there. Try to get my head out of the way. And we're also going to talk about measure 13 to the end, okay? All right, so here we go, because I think you're probably almost out of patience, so I'm going to try to speed this up a little bit. Here we go, measure 5. Now that was tricky. Let's hear that one again. For that section, go back to Piano Maestro, put the hold on, and go very, very slowly until you're sure you have the notes right. Now, the good news is this next part is pretty easy. It goes. So you just go one at a time, and then you come back up to measure 9, okay? Skipping over to measure 13, this line of your music, you're going to have. That is exactly the same as the tricky 2 measures over here, so that work that you did in Piano Maestro will really pay off. You'll play it again over here, okay? And then you go to your lowest finger, finger number 5, and it steps back up, so all the way back. This is what the whole song sounds like. Just like that, okay? You have Piano Maestro, which is a great resource. Make sure that you're using that, okay? Put the hold on. Don't try to do it super, 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 super fast, okay? Very quickly, I'm going to introduce you to watercolors because it's so lovely, okay? Now, because we don't have tons of time left, I'm expecting my next student, and you're probably like, why won't the piano teacher be like, shh, shh, right? So I'm going to wrap it up pretty quickly, but I want you to go ahead and look at watercolors. All right, there's some couple of special things about this piece. This is a beautiful piece. Some of this a little bit. There it goes. Now, you get to play this one 1 octave higher than written, okay? And you get to use the pedal, the one on the right. I'm not going to move my camera over there so that you can see it more clearly, because then it'd be all like earthquakey. But use the pedal on the right after you're confident, because otherwise you'll get a lot of, which won't sound very pretty, okay? So make sure you know what you're doing first. The first thing is your left hand plays C, G, okay? C, G, okay? It continues to do that until measure 5, when we change to F, G, and then it switches back to C, G. Your right hand plays. Again, feel free to stop the video, slow it down, do things like that to help you out. I don't expect you'll do all this in one day. Just like in a lesson, I give you all of those previews. Hi, Janie. Come on in. I give you all of the previews so that way you can stop them, and then you can do it, a couple days down the road or something like that. Work on one, and then the other, I give you a whole 7 days worth of things to work on, okay? So now I'm going to play it all together so that you have an idea of what it's going to sound like with the pedal when you're all finished with it. Pretty, right? It's very different from the other things that came before it in the book. You probably won't completely finish both of those songs this week, right? That's fine, but you need to get started on both of them. If you have any questions, then send me a text. Hopefully you won't have any trouble following your video. And like I say, stop it when you need to stop it. Come back and watch the next part, okay? Because the video got a little bit longer than I expected it to. But that's okay because I want to make sure that I cover everything that you really need to know. And speaking of things that you really need to know, you really need to have a secret password. Otherwise, your practice days for this week won't count. And that would be very, very sad because I know that you're going to rush in and practice and do really, really good work. So, the key word for your practice to count this week, are you ready for this? It's totally silly. This week's word is monkey glue. I came up with that all by myself. Yeah. So if you need to write it down or draw yourself a picture to remember, then do it. All right? If you don't know monkey glue, then there is no practice points for you. Okay? So make sure that you do that. If you have any questions, send me a text. I hope that you have a good week and get to feeling better soon. I'm going to see if I can get it to get back to the view where I can actually stop this lesson. Oh no! I can't stop the lesson! Yay! Okay. Now, I'm going to click the appropriate thing, and that will be that. Have a great week, Jason. I'll see you in person next week. That'll be the plan. Talk to you then. Bye.